If somebody asks me, Nate, I'm looking to get a new fragrance, what should I get? These are the top 20 that I will always recommend. The first one is Spice Bomb, the original, absolutely. If you are looking for a spicy, almost sweet, peppery, this is your go-to. This one is so good. It does last for quite some time and it's very potent, so you don't need a whole lot of sprays of this thing, but it is super good, very sexy, and it's a very good fragrance for just an everyday use. It's a little challenging in the summertime. It just might choke you out a little bit, but it is definitely worth it for the fall, the wintertime, and even in the springtime. Very good stuff. You're not gonna be disappointed with it. For the fall and the wintertime, I would have to say you get Annie. This is a niche style cologne, so it might be a little challenging for the price department. You can pick up a bottle like this for about $100. And so it is a little bit pricey, but it's a vanilla, benzoin, cedar. It's fresh at the top, but it's also got a rich base with the vanilla and the benzoin. Really love this stuff. I will never stop recommending this. This is absolutely some fantastic stuff. And if you're interested in this one at all, I would highly suggest you get this one on discounters, because on retail, you are gonna be spending a lot more. But I absolutely love Annie. I cannot wait for the fall time and the winter time to pull that one out, because it is so divine. It projects off like a beast. It is very unisex, so chicks can rock it as well, but it's borderline, unisex, so it's very sexy on both. Let's talk about another sweet one. This is Stronger With You, absolutely. And oh, this is so good. This one is really hard to get though. It is not discontinued from what I know, but it is a little challenging to pick up. It's very good though. There's a reason why it's so hard to get, but this one is great in the fall and the winter time as well. But it's got this interesting chestnut note in here, and it's very good. It's super sexy. It's potent too, so it's gonna last you all day, and it's like a cozy Christmas time sexy fragrance. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more fresh, this one can be worn all year round. And this is one of my absolute favorite fragrances in the vetiver category. This is Vetiver Sensual by Mancera, and this is absolutely fantastic. I would highly recommend you get this one, because it's got a pink pepper note at the top mixed with the vetiver and the citrus. It's fresh, but it's also got the bitterness from the vetiver, but the pink pepper just brings it up and it gives it a nice spicy edge to it. Oh, I love this stuff so much. It's very professional, everyday scent. You can wear this in the fall, wintertime, springtime, and the summertime. It's absolutely a stunner. This one might shock you, but I would recommend this one all day long. This is Ministry of Oud Royal, and this is a clone. This is a clone on Royal Oud by Creed. And this is absolutely fantastic. This also has a pink pepper note in here, but it has an oud character to it. So pleasant. It is pretty cheap too, so you can pick up a big bottle like this for a very affordable price. It's an absolute killer fragrance. It relies heavily on the citruses, but it also has a oud, and it's also got kind of a vetiver kind of nuance in the base. It's just fantastic. It is a very fantastic clone. It lasts for quite some time. I get 5+ hours with it, pushing into the 8 hours, but I won't market it as an 8-hour fragrance. It's in that 5 to 8 hour range. It's a very professional scent too. The oud is not overpowering. It's not anything dirty or weird. It's kind of very clean. And just pleasant to be around, really. This next one is Lalique White and Black, and this is a take on the Layton DNA from Parfums de Marly, and it's fantastic. This is really good stuff. I really love this stuff. There's a whole bunch of clones of Layton on the market, but Lalique White and Black is a fantastic Layton clone. It's pretty nice, and it also is pretty reasonably affordable. I got my bottle for about $45, so that's pretty affordable for a big bottle of fragrance. What you're gonna get with it is a lot of sweet apple, a lot of woody character, and it's pretty musky too, so you're gonna get a lot of good well-roundedness with it. It's a very popular scent DNA for a fragrance. With that being said, I would actually recommend you get Layton, but it is a little expensive. But this other fragrance from Parfums de Marly is absolutely one I would recommend all the time. This is Pegasus from Parfums de Marly, and I absolutely love this stuff. Imagine a sweet vanilla cloud with a bitter almond smell and some heliotrope. It is so fantastic. This is so smooth, so elegant. I call this one a vanilla cloud. It's so elegant and so pleasant. I actually got called provocative when I wore this, and yeah, that's kind of an interesting compliment. But I love this stuff, absolutely. It's so vanilla sweet. It's got that bitter almond smell for that nutty character. It's absolutely fantastic. If you have not tried this one, there's plenty of clones in the market. If you're looking for a clone of it, I would go with this one. This one is from Maison Alhambra. This one is fantastic too. They both perform. This one performs a little bit better than Parfums de Marly, and which is kind of sad, but you know, here we are. This is the world we live in. This is fantastic though. The next one I would recommend all the time is Armani Code Cologne, but this one is a little discontinued, or it is discontinued, not a little, but it's kind of hard to find. It's a little difficult to find, but if you can find this one, I would highly recommend this one because it is very fresh. It's the Armani Code DNA with a mandarin orange, beautiful take on it. It's the fresh version of Armani Code, and it's absolutely fantastic. I would never stop recommending this one. But if you're looking for the Armani Code DNA, it doesn't hurt to just go with the new Parfum version. And this is fantastic. They did an excellent job with this one. It brings Armani Code into the modern age and it lasts for a long time. I get so many compliments with this thing because it lasts and it just carries through the air. This one needs the air to kind of perform pretty well. So when you're like downwind from somebody, it's gonna blow into their face and they're gonna be like, whoa, you smell amazing. And you're gonna be like, yeah, I follow Nate. It's an excellent fragrance. You're gonna smell absolutely incredible. I will never stop recommending that one. It's a very clean, fresh, modern man, done perfectly. Armani knocked it out of the park with the Parfum version. Let's talk about Prada. Prada Carbon is a carbon copy, well, not totally carbon copy of Sauvage, but it's pretty close to Sauvage, and I would never stop recommending this one because you spray it on and you just smell fantastic throughout the day. Very good compliment getter. This one is a little strong, so be careful with the sprays on this one, but it smells so fantastic. It's got an excellent lavender nuance in here, and it's also got this metallic coal kind of smell to it, which is kind of weird. You know, you don't want coal for Christmas. Why would you want it in your fragrance? It's fantastic though. It's in an exact ripoff of Sauvage, but it does it kind of, I think, a little bit better. Kind of a soapier, clean version of Sauvage. If you're looking for a Sauvage elixir kind of style of fragrance, I would always recommend this one. This is Grisada Ambassador Intense, and this is a fantastic fragrance. It's very potent. This is like sexy Axe body spray kind of style of cologne. Very rich, very dominant, and it's just fantastic. And if you're looking for a fragrance from Ulta or Sephora, I would suggest you get Dior Homme 2020. I absolutely love this stuff. This is incredible. I've worn a half a bottle of this. I might need to pick up a backup bottle eventually. I never thought I would say that, but if I run out of this, I'm gonna be severely disappointed. The benefit for me though is this is a very popular fragrance, so they're never gonna discontinue this. This is gonna be their staple fragrance so I have some time before I need to pick up another bottle. Another one I would recommend is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I would recommend this one if you don't care, if you just wanna smell great and smell clean and smell, fantastic. Get this one, but there's a lot of different ones on the market that smell, not better than this one. This one is a high class fragrance, an absolute stunner, but there's a lot of different options that you can get. This is kind of like the ex-boyfriend, basic fragrance that you can get. So I would recommend this one, but be wary that a lot of people smell like this. This one is an excellent replacement for that one, but it's not an exact clone of it, so I'm not trying to clone it, but this is Tarathi Blue. This one is amazing though. This one has some fresh grapefruit. It's a musky, dense character though. This one is, the fixatives in this one are musk. The musks are the reliant base of this fragrance, so when it dries, they're using the musks as the fixative for all the other things to cling on to instead of using like some other, aroma chemicals. They're using the musks for everything to attach onto. It's very good though. It's a clean musk, so you're not gonna smell like an animal with this one. It's very nice though. This one is a excellent fragrance. You can wear this any time of the year. Absolutely incredible stuff. One of the best leather fragrances on the market right now is ombre leather. And if you have not smelled this thing, I would encourage you to try it out as soon as possible. It is so fantastic. This is an excellent leather fragrance. It's designed for the fall and the winter time, I think, and maybe even the springtime too. It's got some great spicy character to it, like with the cardamom, but it's mainly leather, and that sweet leather too. Like it's got a sweet nuance going throughout, and the leather is just kind of a rough, rugged leather, but it's smoothed out with the sweetness and the spiciness. It is so sexy. I love this stuff so much. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. There was a moment where I didn't have this. I bought it and then I returned it, and I didn't have it in my collection, and I wanted it so bad for so long, and I finally picked up a bottle of it. I actually bought the Parfum version first, and I accidentally swapped out the caps, but I kind of like it. I think that the cap fits pretty well with this one. This is the Eau de Parfum, and this cap belongs to the Parfum. I'm a scumbag. One of my favorite vanilla fragrances of all time is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. If you have not tried this one yet, I would highly encourage you to. This is a vanilla sweet fragrance. It's so smooth. It's got a jasmine accord in here, and it's got an incense accord too. So the jasmine kind of like rounds it out in the mid, and then the incense kind of like pops in there to give it kind of a smoky nuance. But the main thing with this one is vanilla, a little bit of freshness at the top, but the overabundance of vanilla is ever so present, and I absolutely just love this stuff. If you're into vanilla, that one is a must. John Vervaedo's Artisan Pure, I love this stuff too. Very springtime, and the summertime is when you should wear this, and it's so good. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. This started my journey out with discovering of the glory of discounting fragrances online. I bought that one at full retail, and then I returned it after I found out that you can buy it at TJ Maxx for $30. I was so upset. I spent $120 on the big bottle, and a lot of the Acqua di Gios are excellent fragrances as well, but my recommendation if you're going with an Acqua di Gio is get the Absolute version. This is some great stuff. You can't go wrong with the Parfum version, the Eau de Parfum version of Acqua di Gio, but I think the Absolute is absolutely, I see what I did there. That's pretty good. Pun intended. Basically, if you took the Invictus Aqua DNA and you put it into Acqua di Gio and mix them together, that's kind of what you would get with this one. One of my favorite fragrances of all time. Absolutely incredible, fresh fragrance. Boiling it down to the last two, and these last two are the last two for a reason. The first one is the Eau de Parfum version of YSL-Y, and this goes without saying. I would highly recommend this anytime, anywhere, to whomever. It's sweet, it's fresh, there's a great apple and ginger accord, it's got an aldehydic vibe, it's so pleasant. So pleasant. This is a very popular fragrance, but get your nose on it. It smells fantastic, and it's worth every penny. Another one that is worth every penny, and I know that it has been, reformulated, I guess. So I would just say get the Intense version if you're worried about longevity and performance, because the Intense is great. But this one is the highest recommended from me. This is Cedrat Boisé. And if you have not smelled this one, it smells like Fruit Loops in the woods. It's fantastic. It is so high quality too. The quality in here is impeccable. And I just love wearing this stuff. It's a little fruity sweet, and it's, woody. So if you're not into fruity sweetness, you might not want to get on this, but I'm not disappointed, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you're very concerned about performance and longevity, just go with the Intense version. It's just a little bit more richer. It's got a oud vibe to it, and it's a lot more powerful. If you're worried about longevity and projection and performance, that kind of thing. These are the 20 fragrances that I will always recommend. So if you're looking for a fragrance, these are the fragrances that I would recommend 100% of the time. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope this helps. We'll see you next time.